Welcome to the first episode of the Bench Podcast. I'm with Apollo Neos, who played Apollo during the actual SMP AdVendture Ascension. Would you like to say a little bit little something about yourself first to introduce yourself to people who are here?
Yeah, hi. Noble kind of introduced me already, but I am Apollo Neos. I did play a character called Apollo. I was a paladin that moved to uh this land to basically make money for to live back with my wife that I've left in my hometown. But I ended up enjoying it here so much that I decided to move my wife and child here to this new home. I am part of the Solane Order, but I spend most of my time, or I did spend most of my time here, close to the atelier.
Yeah, you built your house. We can see in the background
Yeah,
here.
that is true. Yeah, my house is in the
Just
background. This
there.
bench is actually a place that I I think a noble or I remember decided to like put just something here, and
You
then
wanted to
yeah, it
put
just became
something
a little
here,
place.
and I put the bench. Yeah. And it was actually a huge bench too. Like always, a bunch of people went onto that bench to have interesting
Yeah, a lot
plot
of people
moments.
came and hang out here at my house. And I remember being like, "Oh, hey, people are using my lawn. That's awesome."
Yeah, yeah. No, it was actually just. We might be able to see it during the interview when the night comes. It's actually a really beautiful place.
That is
Oh,
true.
okay. Uh, we'll start on a basic, really easy thing to start like everything. So you made your character fighting for his wife and everything. You had like a bunch of things happening during the SMP. Of course, like every one of us. You spent a lot of time in drags with Abba and stuff like that. How do you feel about your whole character thing? What changed from what you had in mind? What was something you remember? Like, what is? How do you feel about your character during these whole 2 weeks, basically?
To be honest, I came in here like I think probably on the course of trying to find a job that I would come back and forth to every day to make money. That was like the whole process of it. Like, oh, I wonder how the economy was and everything like that about doing things. But then I kind of basically I wasn't dragged into doing it, but I was basically always pulled along, going on these adventures, trying to get materials and a bunch of other stuff to basically, help make other characters and like people in the community like a little bit stronger besides myself, Dougie, Drags, Appa. Um, so a lot changed. I ended up unfortunately I wasn't hired anywhere, but I was compensated basically for going around gathering all these materials, doing all these things, and I ended up making pretty good money, getting a lot of good stuff. So it really did change from what I thought that I was going to be. I originally thought that I'd go around getting hired to do like small little mundane tasks, but I ended up finding a group that uh basically went on adventures to help out. And initially, yeah, like I ended up playing the paladin guard role to drags when we would go out dragon hunting, or Duber when we would grind materials and like had to defeat monsters. I usually would take the brunt of the hits while they would fly around with the phantom boots, because in the beginning I didn't have any phantom boots, so I was mostly on the ground taking the hits, and while they were finishing off the opponents from afar and stuff like that. So it was a really big difference from when I first came in here.
Yeah, and even for your character, I know like the whole wife plot. I don't know how much we didn't hang out that day, and I know you talked with me a few. Like, is that something you actually wanted to? I don't think we regret anything about the SMP. I feel like everybody's pretty okay with saying that it was just a good time. But there is that thing where for myself, I didn't have to explore that much of what my actual goal were before the whole thing changed. So, do you feel like you still want to explore you wanted to explore more about the wife backstory, or are you satisfied with everything how it turned out?
I think I was satisfied with how everything turned out because it ended up being that I thought, I came in here initially with the fact of my character was just here to make the money and then head back and
Yeah.
like live their life. But
Mm,
then, meeting everybody like the my members in Solane and in Vesperin and the Atelier, meeting everybody kind of like changed that. And I put that into my character where I basically decided that it was better to come here than to go back because of the fact that everybody was here and we were all getting along well. It was nice. I met a lot of wonderful people. I ended up making a family here, like, growing my family that I had. Like for example, I took Appa had Gran, obviously, but
mm,
then things turned out, and Appa moved in with me, and she ended up becoming my like respective like my adopted daughter, and that kind of poured into my lore because in my lore, I have a daughter, and my wife and my daughter were going to come here, and I would send them mail and let them know about what's been going on and everything like that. So I kind of expanded the room for like Appa so that she can have more room, and I also expanded like an area where like my daughter would be able to like play like in this lore and stuff like that, and it ended up being like a big change. It was like like just I ended up loving this place a lot. My character and myself ended up loving this place so much that I thought it was better a life to come here than to go anywhere else. And I,
mm,
I really, I really did like meeting everybody here. Like you said, like I didn't get to talk to you a lot about what was going on, but in the little times that I did keep you up to date, it was mostly just telling you like, oh, I was going here, and then I explored this, and like, oh, my wife has been like letting me know, like, oh, my wife knows about drags, like the little antics that drags gets me into. So it was a big difference from what I had originally planned, to be quite honest.
mm. Oh yeah, yeah. Um, but it's nice you're happy with the changes, because I know some people might have like this frustration about not being able to, like go forth with what they had like on the background, like, oh, I wanted to actually do X thing and I couldn't, so now it's like frustration. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, no, I think it's nice. I think it's actually really nice that you.
to be quite honest, I didn't really have that much like concrete laid down in what I wanted to do, but I just know that I did want to protect people, and I actually ended up doing a lot of that. I ended up being pretty kitted out thanks to Dougie and Drags, to the point where when I did go off on adventures with the others, I was pretty strong to be able to protect them and to like, I took a lot of the aggro, I took a lot of hits, I was able to kill things pretty quick that even other players were like, "Oh, wow, like, we all we have to do is just collect the things and you're gonna take care of it," and I was like, "Yeah, like,
Mm,
that's the whole that was my whole premise," and I really liked being able to do that. Like, it felt good, uh, like, I really embrace like, obviously, like, like, I was even there was, like, Milk, and I forgot who else that had walked up to me, and, they were pretty low leveled as adventurers, and they looked at me and they were like, "Hey, like, how do we get powerful like you? Like, how do we get beefed up like you? Like,
yeah.
how do we be like you?" And it made me feel like in my character, it made me feel like, wow, like I really am the aspiring paladin that like, they're looking to me like, "Oh, like, how do we get like you? Like, how do we get strong like you? How do we get decked out like you?" And I was like,
Mm,
wow,
mm,
like
mm.
it felt nice to be able to be looked at like that. Like, it felt like, "Oh, man, like, that's what my character not it's what my character is supposed to be." Like, somebody that like, "Oh, like, how do we get to be like you?" Like, to be able to, protect people, be kitted out, be able to, like, go out on these adventures and not have to worry about, getting hurt. And it felt nice. Like, and I that was like, an unscripted moment too, and it felt really cool to have something like that. It
Yeah,
was nice.
yeah, yeah. That's really reassuring. Um, I I have the question. I think everybody I will like ask will have the same answer to that, but um, i- we all have our favorite characters that we encounter on the SMP. Um, I'm pretty sure most of the answer is gonna be people of the small gang, but who is the one character? Not people outside of it, like actual character that you are actually you think are is just great. You know, added value for you. That it could be like in the story, it could be for funny reason, it could be for any reason. But who is the one like you're like, oh yeah, no, that guy's my that character became my favorite or the most important for me.
If I can be honest, for me, I would have to say, uh, Luciana,
Mhm.
because when I first started into this, I was I had no I basically like spawned into like the same world and we did like the meeting and everything like that.
Mm.
But I knew maybe like a handful of people, but I was very like I was I was intimidated going into this because this is my second SMP I've ever been in. But this was like the first time that I was like into the role play.
Yeah.
Um But I was like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to interact with people because, like, it was more like the nervousness of like, "Oh, man, like, I really don't want to," um, I don't know, I don't wanna I don't know how people will react if I say like, "Hey, I wanna join with you on this," like, right, like and Luciana, which is, Luca,
Look a
uh,
lullaby. Yeah. Hmm.
Luca Lullaby, yes, correct. Her character basically came up to me, uh, Duber, and Appa basically like, "Oh, like, you guys wanna go on an adventure?" And that was my first time, and that's where I got, like, my first gist of, like, going into a dungeon, interacting with other players, like, you know, Dougie being the who played as Duber,
Mm-mm.
being the mage, me, Luciana being paladins, and I believe Appa being a fighter,
Mm.
like seeing how the team interacted going out, like how the system worked, how everything like the looting and everything worked. And I give honestly, every time I interacted with Luciana, it felt nice because it was how do I explain it? It was always like a friend checking up on a friend, and it felt like, it felt nice, like, every time she would, like, talk about, like, what like, the strengths she's had, I would always say, "Oh," like, and, like, "This is what I've been up to," and it felt like real characters interacting with one another, and I had a lot of respect for, Luciana because, you know, she was a person I wanted to be, basically, like, with the fact that they were able to, like, level up, they were able to, get like you saw how much health she had.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
no, she
incredible.
min
The
max
armor,
so
like
much. Yeah.
she was min-maxing it like crazy, and I was like, "Man, like that's what I want to be." That's why I kept striving to get like more armor, more health, more like I was like, I need to not fall behind. Like I want to help out.
Mm-mm.
And but I never got to thank her properly from this SMP, but she basically opened up my like, hey, like anybody can just go up and be like, hey, you want to party up, and it kind of basically just snowballed to there
Showed you
where
that you could
it
do. Yeah.
yeah it basically gave me the confidence of like going out to these like doing these adventure stuff, and I
Mm-mm.
like, if I could thank her, I mean, I know I can now, but, like, in character, I wish I could have thanked her, like, at the finals days and be like, "Hey, you know what? I just wanna say that first adventure that you took us on to when we partied up and we went places, like, you thank you for giving me the confidence, and being able to
Yeah.
do this, like, being able to go out."
Mm-mm. No, I totally see. Which brings me to another point I wanted to talk about, which well, maybe the segue is not that bad, not that great, but um, she min maxed everything, and that was actually really impressive to see. But also that's the thing that came with the mod pack. You can that is not like basic Minecraft behavior and level of min maxing. And I wanted to ask everybody, what was the thing that in the SMP as a whole, but I think it's more about the pack in itself. Like, what was the thing that you thing that was like interesting in the mod pack. Mind you, it's not supposed to be like only a good thing. If you have something that you didn't like about the mod pack, also it could be interesting to target here. But it was so varied that I feel like we all have different experiences on the server. For example, I didn't touch like most of the thing, and I just made beer and wine. Meanwhile, Luciana was making like the perfect armor, and other people were just trying to learn spells, you know. So I feel like we all had different experiences in the mod pack. So I kind of want to see what you were like. Oh, that caught my interest. Or oh, I thought that thing was like interesting or funny. Or yeah, what are your thoughts on that whole thing?
For me, I also liked the gems that you were able to get to add into the armor, getting upgrading your armor from like in the beginning everybody was just wearing diamond armor, like trying to get better, but then eventually everybody found like oh like this one was better, this was better, upgrading to this side was better. And I like that aspect of it because that's what like even though I don't really like enchanting or don't really like rolling to get like good effects,
Mm-mm.
in most other games. In this one, it did intrigue me because like a lot of stuff would like help out. Like there was a lot of HP buffs that you would get. There was a lot of like resistances, defensive things you can get, attack things that you can get depending on what you inserted, like what gems and everything like that into your armor.
Yeah, yeah.
So I thought that's what interests me. What didn't in what I kind of stopped having interest in later on, and earlier I liked it, but later on was going into instances like and then dungeons because like people I guess found better ways to be able to level up a little bit faster, better ways to be able to do like certain things. And
Mm-mm.
I will say like some of the instances, even if I went with the full party, the rewards just kind of didn't feel like it was enough. But doing like for example, Dougie found these like little portal things that you can summon, and those
Oh yeah, the
rewards
gateways
I
thing. Yeah,
felt,
yeah.
yeah, were a lot more better compared to if I went into a dungeon, and you can summon those anywhere. So I thought I that I liked going into dungeons later on either way too because I did like helping out like people who wanted to get a couple levels up
Yeah,
at
and
the
for
time before you.
RPs, some are also really great for that. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, like for RP wise. But I will say I did see myself less going into dungeons later on in my journey than I did in the beginning. So I think the dungeons was probably like my least favorite thing. Don't get me wrong, I still had fun, but
Oh yeah.
uh I think it was more like once I found other ways to like do things and going out like and if going out and getting the materials gave me more experience compared to going into a dungeon, I was rather like, "Oh, I need these kind of materials. Can you bring it for me?" Okay, like that's totally fine. I'll do that type of thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, that I kind of see the vision of the dungeons getting behind in thoughts. I basically only did the airship, and the few times I went on other dungeons, I liked those, but it was mostly cool just because you go on adventure with your friend. It wasn't really for loot or XP. It was just for the fun of going out there and doing it once. But there is no incentive. Well, there is a few, but yeah, when in the late game, it's true that the incentive of doing dungeons a lot is not really that great.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Uh,
how I felt.
yeah, I mean, with the world expanding, you know how you have like your world upgrading and everything. You know, when we reach summit and everything, the loot is better. Um, so that's also a thing. The fact we have a wandering trader is crazy luck, by the
I know, I know. Believe me, these guys used to show up a lot when I built my house here, and I was
way.
like, okay, I need
Okay,
you out of
cool.
here, please.
But yeah, no, you had better loot and stuff, which was really interesting. And I appreciate the fact that at least upgrading the world led us to having new things, more netherite, more legendary gear. But I feel like there is a balance that because we were so many people trying to get the best stuff early on, we kind of didn't need to get better stuff via the dungeon because Luciana, for example, Luca just had everything on the ready to be able to just have good stuff without going to dungeons by crafting and everything. So I feel like it's
Yeah,
a balance of those. But yeah, no, your point is I totally see your point. Um, I also because this is like we're gonna have a change on the mod pack. We're gonna have a change on a few things leading to season 3. Season 3 is still like kind of we don't really know everything about season 3 yet, even us. Um, is there something that you are actually looking for season 3? That might be for your character, if you want to keep the same, if you want to change. In general, like what is your thing after season 2, or where you're like, okay, season 3, this is something I would like to see or do to make it like better or more interesting for yourself.
I think I would like more MMO aspects where, like, if you go into like you're incentivized to have a party in going into things like bouncing off each other.
Yeah.
I felt like anybody that was already kitted out can go into a dungeon and like basically just solo it and just have like the lower levels follow behind and be like, okay, get like I would rather like it that it incentivizes you always being in a pair because it helps out too with storytelling. I think where
Yeah.
you would be able to like talk with one another a little bit more, get to like get your RP thing up, and especially as somebody who lacked a little bit in the RP department, I would very much like a more aspect to like RP a little bit more with other people.
Mm-mm-mm. Oh yeah, no, totally. I know they were asking and talking about that already, which is good sign because apparently it's not. It's a thing they also felt in staff. Staff who did wonderful also. Like I, I want to add that again. Like the staff was so good and so quick on so many things that happened, like stabilizing the mod pack, um, being sure everybody was like comfortable and had everything on the ready, even helping us level up for the final battle by setting level and everything. So I really, it is the time where I still want to give the shout out to the staff. 'Cause I do feel like they did a wonderful job. Um,
Oh no, yeah, all the staff did a wonderful job making sure that all the problems were fixed and like making sure that even the crashes were fixed well. And whenever the server did go down, they fixed it right away. It was great. I think everybody worked really hard on it.
yeah, even the player, like I think most of the player finished with more than like 12 hours per day median thing, which is crazy. I mean, I was one of those ones.
Oh
Um,
no, yeah, it was a lot. I fucking I sorry, excuse my language, but I basically lived on this server.
oh
It
yeah,
was
no,
fun. It
same,
was
yeah.
great.
That was beautiful. I loved it. And I feel like the commitment from everybody also helped the overall vibe of the thing anyway. The fact that the staff was that involved, the player were that involved, like everything was really great on that.
Yeah.
Um, and speaking of involvement, like we did spend a bunch of hours, like actually way too much. Um, but I still feel like personally, I still want to RP with a few more people, and I didn't have the chance during the SMP. Did you have that person that you knew before or not, or just knew of the character and were like, oh, I so want to go and RP with that person, and like couldn't for X or Y reason, and like who's
To
the guy?
uh, there Warwick, I got to finally RP with at the end.
Yeah,
I
same.
know it's because of time zones, but Warwick, I was really happy to finally be able to RP with them. Um, when I finally got the time, I was like, man, I wish I could have RP'd a little bit more with Warwick.
Mm-mm.
They were doing a very good job with like when Warwick told me the story of Bread Boy. Honest to God, I almost teared up on stream because I was like, damn, they really know how to do this story. Like that this was insane. I thought that they did a good job on it. And but to be quite honest, there was a lot that I wish I got to RP with more. Like Kitsu, for example, I wish that I RP'd with them more. I like the way of Cat's story. I like what she did with it, and I wish I got to RP with her more.
Mm-mm.
Um, Icarus, who is Chill. I wish I got to RP with him too. I did get to talk to him for a couple times, but I really really loved his player model. I thought his player model was great.
Oh yeah, the figure eye is
Um,
crazy. Yeah.
yeah, the figure was great. I wish I got to talk to Tora more. She did create the outfit that I'm wearing right now. This is Suckin Kotor. I wish I got to talk to Tora more, Daniela more. I wish I got to interact with most of my Soul Lane party members, to be quite honest. Like Ezio, which is Phantom, he was in my party that we were given to, and I did adventure with him at least like 2 or 3 times, but I wish I
Mm-mm.
got to adventure with a little bit more. I really like what he did with this character. I always loved interacting with him, and I did talk to him a few times. But it was always like like a hello here and there. How you doing? Oh, like you're doing really good. You look really awesome. We are tell him about our updates, some stuff.
Yeah.
I wish I could have RP'd with him more, but honestly, like I think almost everybody I love the Umas. I wish I passed by the cafe a lot more. The Umas were crazy.
Yeah.
Um, when I would see Thea, they all in fact, the one time that I interacted with them, they almost burned down my house, because they were trying to hatch a fire egg, and I thought it was hilarious.
It's like so
Uh,
funny.
yes,
Eri is like
yes.
one of I think in RP is one of the people I couldn't get bored of RPing. I mean, I didn't get bored at any time during the whole server, mind you, but I feel like that she would bring so much energy to anything, and with the character she had, she was able to just do anything she wanted. And that was just so great to have that energy in RP for
Oh yeah,
contrast's sake.
I saw clips when we were hanging out in the Discord call the other day. I think Lux, she was showing uh oh my god, clips of like the adventures they were going on, like the horse, and I was dying. I had tears coming out of my eyes because of how funny it was, and I was like, man, I wish I interacted more. Like that was,
Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious. Um, I wish I could have interacted with Ote more. Also, that was my adopted son. That literally like, I don't. It's my RP was all over the place, but I think that was one of the funnier aspects that happened, that we ended up adopting Ote being drags. I wish I interacted with them more. It was really fun. Like in the small instances that I did interact with Ote, they were by far the funniest things that I think I've done in the server, because it was, I just thought it was hilarious. I wish I could have gone out adventuring with you. I know you were always stuck in the tavern,
Oh
but
yeah, most
I
of
wish
the
we could have
time, yeah.
gone out and done a few little missions, before
Mm-mm-mm.
the end of the server. I wish I interacted more also with oh my god.
Basically,
It's
everyone at
it
that point, I feel like.
it's basically a lot of people that I wish I
Without the
still
jab,
interacted with.
it just feels like yeah. I
No, yeah, I know. I can go on. I can go on. I think everybody was perfect. Everybody played really good roles.
yeah.
I loved everybody's character. I wanted to interact with a lot of them. Like even the evil characters, I was like, damn, like they're fucking playing it good.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I think every evil or like mean character will play so well that none of them felt personal to an extent. Like I know I talked about that a bit on my side, but Lucian Lai, the alien played by Meika, called you
Oh yeah,
like
that was
inferior
she
life
was
form and
good.
everything. So she would come somewhere and say, "Hello, inferior life form," and like you couldn't be attacked by that. You can feel like, but she was genuinely curious as a character. It was like, "Hello, genuine life form. What are you doing? Why is that thing fun?" As you say, or just giving you like, "This is a gift," and just like throwing 3 calls at you. That she was just emptying your pockets, but she was doing it as a way that was so fun and engaging for roleplay. Or same with Facade, that is just like watching you from up top and like trying to actually like, get deals out of you and being mad, like a menace and stuff. Even though those were like actual bad guys, they were so interesting to play around and talk to. So I totally get the argument.
No, yeah,
I
I 100% agree with you.
Yeah. Um. Well, I know we're over time because we moved the hour a bit. I don't know if you have something scheduled just after, or if you have like still a little bit
No, no,
time.
no, no. If you still have questions, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm
I have a few
open.
more, but I also want you to like
No, no, I got nothing. I was just more, it's because I honestly I was stuck in peak, and I was the host for it, but I didn't know that I can leave and everybody could still play, so it was okay.
Yeah, yeah. I Okay. One of my favorite question on that whole thing. This was like the actual one I want to ask more. For you specifically. Um, because we know each other before this SMP and we talk a bunch and everything. Um, You said it was like your first actual RP because we both did another one earlier. That was like a short version and that had its own issues and like time constraint and everything, which is fine. Um, I know you had like I was personally scared, and that's why I stayed with something that was close to me with the Nobo because it's basically just me in an alternate universe type thing. I know you went with that same idea about it. Would you like to reprise this same character for season 3 anyway? Or would you like to, now that you are more at ease with the idea of roleplay and everything, do you want to try something else for season 3 if you are able to be in season 3?
To be quite honest, I'd like to reprise my role. Maybe I'd like to take Apollo over there and do a little bit more and get into the role play thing. However, I do know that a lot of the like I would probably if I could take him, I think I would probably take it as like, oh, like, all of the members that ended up still going over there to the new continent.
Mm-mm-mm.
He wanted to go and help them and make sure everything was okay, so he went with them. But if uh, like it doesn't make any sense for me to bring him, I wouldn't mind playing another character and trying out something new out of my like thoughts that I have in my head. Like
Yeah.
I like to bring one of my characters in my own original stuff that I have, like in my own original story, maybe bring one of them to life and see how that works and see how well he interacts with like other people and everything like that. So I do
You're
kind
not
of
closing any doors.
I'm like on the fence. Like I'm not
Yeah.
closing any doors, but I am also like if I have to leave Apollo here, I don't mind.
Okay, yeah. You feel like you explored what you wanted to explore with the character. At least enough for it to be in a good end. Maybe write something for the time lapse between season 2 and 3 to just like finish the thing beautifully and that's it. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. Totally. Okay. I do feel that because it's characters that are like basically just us with a little bit more flair to it. So I kind of don't know if I'm in the same boat where like I kind of want to because like Fizz will play Aura. I kind of want to keep the couple going, and I know the Dashi family as a whole will also continue to a certain extent. Uh, there also, so for me it makes sense to just reprise the thing is if the whole family moves. Um, but yeah, if it wasn't that case, I would actually try and do something else for season 3. So it's basically in the same boat where if it doesn't need to be here, maybe I'll leave it behind and have fun somewhere else.
Yeah,
Um,
that's true.
the one last thing, um, which is kind of your time to say basically anything, but um, we talked about a bunch of things. I might have missed a few spots here and there. Um, what is your basic takeaway? Not only for you, we talked about already a bit about your view on SMPs and Minecraft, like now how you in Minecraft RP, you are like, oh no, I know where to go now and stuff. But I know some of us also like have better understanding of the whole streaming or VTuber aspect of stuff, or just like community or collabs or anything. So now it's your time. You can absolutely say anything. And what are you taking with you after that whole experience, and how would you like bring your memory and stuff with that, you know?
I think what I would take out of this is not to be scared to talk with people. Like, I was nervous because I didn't wanna, like, overstep or feel like, I just didn't want to feel like I didn't belong or didn't mesh with people,
Yeah.
but I realized very late into it that everybody is kind. Like, I have made a lot of new friends here. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, we're playing games, like right now at this moment. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, in the server, yeah. The bunch of
in
people
the
are playing,
server,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it feels good. They're all very nice people, and I think what I will take out of this is not to have that fear of someone is gonna say like, "Hey, like, don't talk to me," kind of thing. I think I'm gonna go in knowing that, hey, you know what? Just put myself out there, talk with people, because like that's just what. If I did not do this now, like towards the end of this thing, I probably would not have been as interactive as I was at the end. Like
Yeah.
I, I think what I learned from this server is it felt very good to be able to finally like talk and branch out. And
Mm-mm-mm.
my whole shtick outside of VTubing and like PNG, because I'm a PNG tuber. My whole stick is that I want to just play games with my friends and like like make friends and just do things. And this server really helped me do that and accomplish that. And I I love it. I had fun. I really liked it, and I thought it was great. And I I'm very grateful to have been able to have the opportunity to even be in this, to be able to do any of this stuff. Honestly, it
Yeah,
feels
and
great.
it feels great because also it was like a bunch of different size people in terms of like community and stuff. Because you and I are not like the biggest guy ever on Twitch or anywhere else. We know a few peeps here and there, but like we're not like in the actual big network of
E
people, or we're not roaming around and
ex
anything.
and that's exactly what I went into. I had that fear, but then, like, look now, like, like, you even you see it yourself, like, we play games even outside of the server,
Yeah.
outside collabs, we play offline things. It's great, and honest to God, um I saw some growth for me, and like I don't promote myself. I don't put my VODs on YouTube. I don't do shorts, even though I know I should. I know
Oh,
I'm just
same.
being
Yeah,
lazy.
yeah. We're in the same boat.
But
Yeah.
I had growth from this, from people that like like that I played with, like people who were watching the Ascension thing, wanting to see like different points of views of people. It was great. I remember. I think I had told you too when I had celebrated. I think it was like this or a couple, like, I think this a month and a half back, uh, about that I barely made it to 101 followers, like, in my, like, my career thing. I
Yeah,
am
yeah.
now, I went up to from this event alone, I went up, to 127, and it felt great.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I don't and I hate to, like, I'm not I hope I don't this doesn't sound like self-promoting thingy, but it just
I mean, you
I was
can
very
self promote. Like it is an
no, no, no,
interview
I'm not
with you.
self-promoting. I
No, no.
just
I mean,
wanna say
no,
I
no.
want
It's an interview
I know,
with
I
you.
get
So
you, I
like, it
get you.
makes sense if you just say, yeah, no, like please promote also your stuff. Like that's why you're
No,
here.
but, it felt great. It feels good. It feels like this is awesome. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I get to hang out with people who I was afraid to talk with beforehand. You know what I mean? Like, I get to ask them, like, "Hey, like, you want to play a game offline?" And it's like now it's like, "Yeah, sure." It feels it's cool. It's great. Like, I got to meet a lot of wonderful people. I hope to continue getting to meet these wonderful people and playing games outside of stream and outside of like on stream, whatever. But I want to continue having fun, and this server helped me continue to have fun, and I really appreciate that.
That's beautiful. I'm really happy for you. Yeah, that's
Oh, I
great.
thank you.
Yeah, that's really great. And as I say, we knew each other before, and I'm really excited that this event actually gave you reassurance and like hope in some stuff that you wanted to do and see. So I'm really happy it actually worked for. I mean, it worked
Yeah,
for I think all of us, but I'm really happy it worked for you.
honestly, I'm not
In
gonna
that
lie.
sense.
This server really helped my self confidence. I was like at a really really low, but this
Yeah.
server really this like it brought it back, and I like that's why I think I love this server so much. I love the like the crew. I love the like the cast and everything like that because um it just like, Amo had tweeted the other day too about it, but it's like, there's people hang out in there, offline.
Yeah, yeah. It
It's
just became
great.
a
It
community.
feels yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It basically became like a community, and it was great. Like these 2 weeks really brought a bunch of us together. Like,
Yeah.
we really got into this.
And it's genuine, which is like something that I feel like kind of rare nowadays to have something
Yes.
that is
Yes.
that works as how much it works. Like I think it is important also to say that a bunch of us didn't know each other before. Like there are some groups, but it really feels like now we are like a big family, even though most of us didn't met any of the other ones before.
I
Um,
wholeheartedly agree. I wholeheartedly
yeah.
agree. I'm being made fun of by people that I barely knew or like just met because of the fact that I own an air fryer but haven't used it. So like, can you can imagine that it became a genuine
They're already starting
like
making
friendship kind of
private
thing.
joke
It
and
felt good.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. We all
yeah.
started making jokes basically. It's great. It's
No, it's
fantastic.
beautiful. Yeah, totally. Okay, perfect. One last thing before we end off. If you wanna say, well, we already like did the takeaway and stuff. If you wanna add anything, and when I say anything, could be anything. About whatever you want. It is you have like your little spot at the end, and also tell people where they can find you more if they want to find you more, where you are active and stuff like that. And we'll end up on that.
I think what I would want just people to take out of it is if you watch and you do like this stuff, like don't be afraid to try. I started off with my friends encouraging me, and I only bought a PC just to play Minecraft with them, and then it's basically snowballed into, oh, I kind of wanted to stream, and then being encouraged by the friends that I made on like online and working like joining communities, and then it basically snowballed into this. And believe me, if you asked me in the past, I would have told you like, and if you asked me and told me basically that I was going to stream and meet a lot of really cool people that I have looked up to, and I was going to talk to them, like we're friends, I would have told you that I think you're a liar. But I think you should always do your best and try, even if you don't think you'll get anything out of it. I think you should try. And because I mean, if I didn't try, I would have never met Anobo here, and Anobo is a fantastic friend of mine. Like, Anobo, we barely know each other. I think we're gonna know each other barely a year now, and
Oh, and it's
we
way less than a year. I think
way
it's
less
like
than that. But
I think it's 6 months now tops. Like
let's
it's
just
crazy.
say, in those 6 months, me and him are very close. We call each other husbando. Like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
if I did not take the leap, I would have never been in this situation, and I would have never met a lot of the people that I have met now. And I think it's fantastic. I think everybody should try. I think everybody should really like if they really want to do it, they should do it. And
Mm-mm.
like Enobo said, like uh I hope to be able to collab a lot with these other people. I hope to be able to collab with Enobo a lot more. I mean, even though I know we've already collabed a bunch of times, but I would
Oh
wish
yeah,
to
and
collab a lot more.
yeah, yeah. We're gonna do
Um
more definitely.
But yeah, like you can, like I hope you guys look forward to season 3. I hope to come back in either a different role or or reprise my role, but just be a little bit more into the role play. But I hope to see you guys. And like Anobo said, like I am you can follow me. My username is Apollo_Neos. I am very active on Twitter, like about posting. I mean, like I haven't posted a schedule in a while, but I'm on there. You can see me there. And I usually do announce when I do go live. And then my Twitch name is also Apollo_Neos, where you can find me. Feel free to watch, join, do whatever. I appreciate anything. Please support Onobo also because without him, this Bench Podcast would not be a thing. I'm actually very proud that he did something like this because it takes a lot to be able to get out of your comfort zone because I got out of my comfort zone, but
I mean, you're
I'm I'm
episode
I'm
one
grateful
too.
that I got the opportunity. And I
Yeah,
am the first one.
you,
You're right. I
you are
am.
episode one. Yeah.
But I'm not gonna let it get to my head. But
Oh, you
yeah,
could, you
like
could.
okay, I'm gonna let it get in my head at least this once. Of course, number one husbando got in first. That's me, everybody. That's me.
There we go. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like I just never like if I always tell this to everybody, but just know that you are supported by somebody, and I am glad that like I have people like a Noble and like these new friends that I made, and like the friends that I have that supported me into doing this big step. Shout out to Lucia because she is the one that got me into a good community that ended up making me am what I am today and where I'm at now. So big shout out to Lucia. I love you, Lucy. Okay, anyway. Um,
That's totally fair.
yeah, I just wanted I just wanted to say that thank you for allowing me this interview, and I really had fun doing this. And
Of
honestly,
course.
this bench this bench was fantastic.
Yeah, no, thank you for
I'm so glad this bench ended up being here.
yeah, yeah. Thank you so much for this time also on the bench. I do appreciate your time. We'll wrap it up for now, but thank you so much for coming in. Welcome to episode 1 also. Hoped for more others. Schedule is being packed with interview, which I'm really happy about actually.
All right, that's what I like to hear.
Yeah.